Hi guys, and welcome to our channel. My name is Chantal, for those of you that have never watched this before. I am the mum part of this channel. Umair is in the background doing DIY like a typical dad. We had our little girl 9 months ago, so I, through this channel, give all sorts of tips on my experiences as a new mum to hopefully help you as a new mum out, or even mums that just want to see how other mums are doing it. So if you want to see more of our content, please hit subscribe, or if you just want to comment and like this video and let us know what you think of how we're doing things, then that's all good too. So today I just wanted to run you through my essential products for my changing station. Now, when I started doing research before I had Alicia, I read a lot of articles, and you'll find this with baby products in that they'll tell you you need a lot of things. My advice is to keep it simple, or you will become overwhelmed with the amount of baby stuff that apparently you have to have. So I will show you what is in my changing station. So the first thing you need is a mat, and this is our one here. It comes from Boots, and it was, I think, £12. So originally we had one from Matalan that was £8. And what I'd advise you with mats is, unless you're going to buy a really expensive one, and I can't advise on which expensive one to get because I didn't go down this route, but unless you're going to buy an expensive one, the cheaper the better. These mats are all made exactly the same. So for example, like there's a little bit of foam along the edge here, and then they just have a bit in the middle that you lay your baby in. They're all pretty much the same, and they don't have a long lifetime. So our first one I think lasted about 6 months. Along with the foam meets the bit that the baby lays on, they tend to split. So 6 months was the amount of time that our last one lasted, and this one I think we've had about 3 months now. It's fine at the moment, but I think eventually it will go down the same route. So my advice there is just buy one that's cheap. In the range of about £8 to £12 is probably standard. The second product that I'd say you need on a changing station is a muslin cloth, and I never had this originally in my changing station essentials. And the reason I have a muslin cloth, or a towel you can also use, is babies don't realise that they can only pee and poo in their nappies, right? So sometimes what happens is you'll take the nappy off of baby, lay them on the changing mat, and then they'll pee. And that pee, whilst the changing mat will protect wherever you've laid them on, the pee will run underneath them, as will the poo, especially when they're younger. This is a bit disgusting, but this is the life of babies. The poo and the pee will like run underneath the baby. It gets all in their hair. So unless you want to continuously run the risk of having to wash your baby's hair and give them a bath after you've changed them, I just lay this underneath, particularly on the bottom half. And what it does is, if they do have an accident, it just soaks up any of the pee or poo, and it stops it going into their hair. So it's a really good tip. My mum actually taught me, thanks mum, just to stop baby getting dirty. I'll show you my changing station as well. So I bought this from Wilko. A lot of people will buy proper baby changing stations. The moment you add baby to anything, it ups the price. So if you can make do with something that's not intended for a baby, then I advise to do that. And that's what I did with mine. So this was a stand that we were using in the bathroom. It had barely any products in it, so I purposed it as a changing station. So this is what I'm using as my changing station. As you can see, it's got a nice handle on the top, which means I can carry it up and down the stairs if I want to, which makes it really useful. It's then got all of these different compartments, which, as you can see, I have stuffed with all of my essentials, which I will run you through right now. The other thing I buy, and this is to put your nappies in. So these are nappy bags, and they come from Tesco. Now this is the cheapest place I've bought these from. If I asked you to guess, how much do you think these would be on for? I think you'd end up saying like £1 or £2, right? These were 35p, and you get 300. They're really good. You just use them, put your nappy in, throw it in the bin. They're scented, so it doesn't smell so bad. So really good. I'll show you what they look like. I've got one open packet. So this is what the nappy bags look like. They're quite thin, but it's good. I put them in the bin in our bedroom. But yeah, they're really useful nappy bag, and they smell really nice. So the next thing, which is an obvious thing to have in your nappy changing station, is a nappy. So these are from Pampers. We go for Pampers Premium with Alicia. We've had these since she was born. I haven't found they leak too much, only if there were a few leaks when she was getting older and I probably didn't change the nappy quick enough. So I just stack a few of those in the changing station, and we use those as we go. And the next thing I use is a tub. So this is a bit of a random thing you might be thinking to have in your changing station, and the reason I use this is because I don't use wipes with Alicia. The reason I don't use them is I can just use water and cotton wool and it's a lot cheaper. So when I'm at home I don't tend to use the wipes. It's a lot easier to just use water, and you know what's in water. So my recommendation would be to start off with water and cotton wool when you're at home. When you're out, it's fine. I use wipes when I'm out. Mums might just use cotton wool and water and be more prepared and take the tubs with them, but I just use wipes for ease when I'm out. So obviously following on from that, the next item I have is cotton wool. So I buy ours from Boots. This is about halfway through now, so it's a bit thin, but they're a really big batch from Boots, and often what you can do is you can get buy one get one half price is an offer they often do. So I tend to bulk buy when that offer is on. Boots have a really good parenting scheme. So it used to be better. They used to give you 10 points for every pound that you spent with them. I think it's now gone down to 8, but it's still better than what they typically give on their normal products. And the good thing about Boots points is they often do booster points. So they'll do, like, if you spend £50 you get £10 back. So overall you can get quite a lot of money by shopping at Boots. So that's why I tend to buy my cotton wool from there, and it's good quality as well. Now a lot of the time when I say to you, what products do you think people use to prevent nappy rash, a lot of people will automatically say Sudocrem. Now Sudocrem isn't really for preventing nappy rash, so though it's a great product to have, and I'll cover off in a minute why. There are products in the market that are really good for actually stopping nappy rash before it even starts. So I use zinc and castor oil from Boots, and then I also use this Fred and Flow nappy cream from Tesco. The reason I use these two is they are fairly cheap. I think they're about £1.50 roughly each. And they're really good in terms of preventing nappy rash. So you want to prevent rather than cure. Sudocrem is a cure product. It's got a lot of antiseptic, it's got a lot of chemicals in it to help cure a rash rather than to prevent it. So if you can avoid giving the medicated stuff, then I would advise doing that first. It's what I do. I use one of these two products, and I will do a video later on just to compare the two so that you can see the different consistencies of both. Following on from that, I do have a pot of Sudocrem in my changing station essentials. So we have a little pot here. The only reason I really use this is if she does have any nappy rash flare-ups. She doesn't tend to have many, to be honest, because I use the other cream. But all you do is you just put a little bit of this on until the nappy rash goes down, and then you go back to using the other two products. I wouldn't use this on an ongoing basis. It's got quite a lot of products in. It's an antiseptic healing cream, and the clue is in what they call it. Obviously they call it a healing cream. It's not a preventative cream, so I would use the other ones first. The next items I have are to keep your baby's skin soft. So babies have the most adorable soft skin. It's very squidgy, it's great. I love giving her a cuddle, but it does have a tendency to go a bit dry. So you have to use certain products to try and prevent that happening. For her face, I use Johnson's baby lotion, and then for her body, I use the baby oil. What I do is on the face, it's just a case of rubbing it into her face regularly. I do it once or twice a day. And then for the oil, I do it once or twice a day again, usually in the morning and at night. And they get particularly dry under their arms, especially when they're newborns. What you'll realise is when they're a newborn, I would make sure that you're lifting your baby's arms up constantly. They get quite sweaty underneath there. If you imagine their arms are constantly stuck like this, when they're a newborn, they can't really stretch. So if you imagine it's just a prime breeding ground for bacteria, which sounds disgusting, but that's what it is. So I would just make sure that you lift your baby's arms up, give them a bit of a clean, and then pop some baby oil underneath. These are really good as well for massaging, so you can have a bit of bonding time with your baby using your massage oil. Just warm it up in your hands beforehand because it's quite cold, so you just rub it into the baby as part of your massaging routine. And then the final essential item that I have in my changing station is this little kit. It's by Tommee Tippee, a really big brand in the world of baby products. So it's a really good kit to have. It has all the essentials that you need. So it comes in this little kit, which is really cute. It's all really well organised, and it really folds away in a nice tidy place. So you've got this hairbrush, which is a soft bristled hairbrush. It's really good just for brushing the hair initially. You then got a comb, which is really good when they've got a bit more hair. I didn't use this initially, but as I went forward I did. It's really good for getting out little tangles. I just hold her hair up at the beginning so that when I'm pulling, it doesn't hurt her, so she's getting used to having her hair brushed. You also get this smaller brush, which has, again, soft bristles. I don't use this one so much, to be honest, yet. You have nail clippers, So these are really useful to clipping their nails. They're baby safe. You just clip it in. I tend to use these rather than the scissors, which I'll show you in a minute, because cutting babies' nails is a challenge which you'll only discover once you become a mum. So it's really, really hard to cut a baby's nails. As I mentioned, you also get scissors, so you get baby scissors. I haven't used these, as I said, because it's quite hard to cut her nails, so I tend to use the clipper. You get nail files, which again I haven't really used. This is for removing boogers from her nose. You squeeze it, insert it into the nose, release, and the air basically pulls the booger down, or so they say anyway. I'm yet to get a booger in this, but I have it nonetheless. I think you can use saline solution, which makes it a bit easier to get bogies out of the nose. This is really grim, I apologise. Anything to do with like caring for your baby, it will be like cleaning nappies, getting boogers out their nose. Like, there are good things to having a baby too, but just to warn you that you will have all of this to come. And then the last thing you get in this little kit is a little thermometer, so you can stick this under their arm and it gives you a recording. I have another thermometer which I will do a video on later on down the line. This is just one that we got as part of this kit. So that is all you need in your changing station, to be honest. You don't need anything more than that. As I said, if you can keep it nice and tidy and compact in one area, it'll make it a lot easier. This is really useful. This is from Wilko. It's a bathroom storage caddy, and I will put a link in the description if they still do it. But it's really useful, and you can just carry it up and down the stairs. If you have more space, you could always have 2 of these stands, but I've just got the one and that is sufficient for us. That hopefully will give you tips on what you need in your changing station. For any new mums watching, I wish you all the best in your journey into motherhood. It is such a joy and a pleasure. So I hope these videos really help you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm willing to help from one mum to another, because I remember having to research everything and it's a bit overwhelming at first. So if I can help you out, then please let me know. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, drop me a like or drop me a comment. Just let me know your thoughts. And if there's anything that you have queries on or that you're not sure on as part of your journey into motherhood, please do let me know. I'd love to help, as I said. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.